Yo, 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 guys, we are here doing our Underbog run, actually. Um, and I just noticed that I'm not here. Where am I? Can you guys see me? Let's see if we can get me on the screen here. This is another walkthrough. This is going to be an Underbog walkthrough here, of course, as I mentioned before. Alright guys, welcome. We are here with another walkthrough video. Today we're doing Underbog. But we're doing that on my Shaman, so we can do a quick walkthrough. I would have tanked, but I'm not really in the mood, so we're just gonna do it on my Shaman right now. Alright, so the underbats, that's what they call them? Yeah, I call underbats. They're nothing. Just regular mobs. Same thing with these, same with these shamblers is what they call them, I believe. Just DPS these guys down. They enrage, they do a little more damage, but nothing too crazy. Let's get some music going. Am I out of water? No, I'm not. I bought more water. Okay. So the beginning part of this dungeon isn't that bad. You just gotta remember the patterns of the pats and know which ones to pull first. These ones I normally do pull first, so they're doing a good job right now. Almost forgot that I need to drop my totems because, you know, I was playing my warrior like all day yesterday, for the most part. What level is the tank? 63? Okay, hopefully I don't pull aggro too much. Grab these totems up. So these pulls are just routine pulls in the beginning here until we get up the ramp to the boss. It's pretty simple pulls, to be honest. Now the bog giants, they do hit the tank for a decent amount, and sometimes they do spew, I believe, poison. I think it's a rare thing though, they don't spit it as often. It's kind of like the last boss in slave pens. Yeah, I might have pulled that aggro on that one there. It's fine though, it's fine. Alright, so the first boss is Hungerfin. We gotta kill these two bog giants first. You gotta make sure you keep the tank topped up though, because the amount of damage that these guys do, if you're not, not careful, you can lose your tank. I like to drop the mana totem near the healer, and then bring the other totems up in melee range for everyone else. But this boss, he hits kind of hard, but it's nothing decently geared tank shouldn't be able to handle. He also does this thing where he summons poisonous mushrooms around in melee range that you have to kind of kite him away from. And then when he gets to a certain level of health, I think it's 25%, he does this thing where he roots himself and he regenerates. If you're in range, you'll get damage done to you, and basically it's like a life drain situation where if you're close to him, you'll take damage and he'll be healed. So you might want to get out of range of that when he hits 25% health. And if you're tanking, make sure you just keep kiting him so that the mushrooms don't kill anyone. I don't know which one he's attacking, to be honest. Like, two of them were missing the same amount of health. And as soon as I hit this one, he turned around and started slapping me, so I don't know. Oh, doing that crazy damage, bro. Yeah, I thought about it too. I think there is a couple of pieces of gear that I could use from this. And this is my first time actually running this dungeon on this character too, so. We're making our way up to this part of the dungeon now where the Naga are. Just trying not to do too much DPS because I don't want to end up having to tank this guy, to be honest. 'Cause, it's not a pleasant experience if you're not a tank. But these sentries are pretty much tank and spank. They're just, they do a little bit more damage than the other Nagas. Or Naga, I think that's already plural. So he's doing some. He hit me a little hard here. Oh, time for me to hit him harder though. When you do these pulls, you have to be aware of the pat right there. Because if you get too close to that doorway, you'll end up pulling them. And then you're going to have 2 more mobs than you had when you first started. So you want to just be careful. I normally pull everything while the pat is away so that, I'm not pulling the pat by accident if I try to pull that before I pull the rest of the groups. So now it should be safe to pull these guys. I'm getting a lot of procs. Up, I pulled. believe this dungeon has 4 bosses, if I'm not mistaken. The first one that we just killed, then this one that's down here swimming around, that one right there, Gazan. Yeah, he's in that piping hot pool down there. Sorry guys, just a little bit tired from the work day and I haven't really been getting a lot of sleep. So just leaned over to take a little quick rest there. Yeah, I'm really liking these numbers, man. You drink some water here. Gotta stay hydrated, folks. On this one here, you gotta be aware of that pat right there. So just like in the room below, where you pull the stationary mobs and kind of work around the pat, you would do the same thing up here. And make sure you pull them back, because some of these guys throw spears, so they're range and they will aggro the pat if you don't kind of run up on them, start hitting them, and just have them do melee on you and pull them back. Or you can just, you know, run back as far as you can and they'll just have to follow you out of range of the other pat. So now it should be safe to pull the pat. Really, cycle through that group too? That's not what I wanted. Ooh, Lord. Those are some nuts procs there. Some crazy crits. Okay guys, so for this boss, I believe this boss it definitely does AoE. So he pulls them to the wall. And he does a poison. So I'm gonna have to drop a poison cleansing totem. He does a tail whip, so that's kind of why we put him to the wall. And we just damage him from the side, because that tail whip will knock you off the platform into the water. And that's happened before. That's not a pleasant thing. So not sure what that is. Acid breath? That's what he has. Acid breath. It drops a debuff on you that does damage over time, but it's like not an actual poison that you can cleanse, I don't think. I wonder. Oh, let me see. Nope, yeah, you can't cleanse that. So you kind of have to let it run its course. But if you're not careful, that thing will definitely do some crazy damage to you. So you just got to be on that. I believe there's a quest guy in here, if I'm not mistaken. And since I haven't been in here yet, I need to do it, right? So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Okay, so these Ray are kind of like the ones in slave pens that where they will pick a random person and they will fear you. I'm not sure if these are just like the Rays in slave pens where you cannot use a tremor totem or not. We're gonna find out though. Yeah, it's not the same as a fear. So the tremor totem won't work with these guys either. Actually would not mind the cloak from the quest for this, because I'm using a green cloak that I bought on the auction house right now. Best bet is to just take care of these things as quickly as possible because they will just keep on fearing. Okay, let's get this. Oh, that's a nice axe. It's a nice little axe there. A little of the invoker. Oh, we got it. Nice. What the heck was that? She was just kind of standing there, not doing anything. Or was it that she wasn't? Nothing was proccing. That's probably what it was. Just felt like I was just kind of standing there. I don't know why this song kind of reminds me of the battle music from the Pokemon Sword and Shield game. Oh my gosh, can you stop, please? Goodness. Yeah, this guy's gonna fear. I was just about to say that this guy's is gonna fear, and of course, what does he do? Fears me right off the rip. I was getting crits like crazy before, and I'm not really getting crits like that. The RNG for Shaman crits is crazy work, by the way. I keep forgetting that whatever it is that they're getting, I can't cleanse it. The wasps are ranged mobs, so they will be at range and they will spit on you. So and I think it's like poison damage that they do, nature damage. So you want to definitely try to get them in range, because if you let them sit there, they'll start targeting the healer. You don't want that. So. There are those procs I was looking for. That thing was actually like procking to the beat of the music too. Oh my god, he's about to pull the boss, isn't he? Oh, that was close. Oh, that would have been kind of tragic. I wonder if I'll be able to get the other dagger off the last boss. Is he hitting me? Oh my gosh, bro. I just got here. Okay, Bog Lord is taken care of.
You better get that bear.
Yep. There go the sleepy times. I don't know why he would say don't damage the bear. I guess because he didn't want him, maybe anyone to pull aggro on the bear. But this boss, guys, he doesn't really do a whole lot. You know, he does range damage, he does some melee damage. He'll freeze the group and then target one person to do damage to. The trick to this fight is you have to just basically keep aggro on both of the bosses at the same time. So that, you know, they don't go off and kill the healer, which would most likely happen. And I've seen it happen during that freeze trap phase. So you definitely want to just keep an eye on your healer. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I've done yawned like at least 3 or 4 times already. Yo, I love being the hot commodity, yo. Whenever I get into a group, I'm always gonna get into a group as a shaman because everyone always wants either Wrath of Air or Wind Fury. This boss is called, where's the healer? It's a Black Stalker which does chain lightning damage. Where's the healer? So he does a he does a chain lightning damage. He does some pretty decent melee damage as well, and he tosses a random person up in the air. So you gotta, yep, there it is. And I can't do any attacks, any damage to him right here. Then you kind of drop, you take some fall damage, and then he's dead. Yo, nothing dropped for me. Nothing I wanted dropped for me. Nothing. This boss could have dropped 2 things that I need, and I didn't get not one. That's crazy work. It's crazy work. But that's it, guys. That's Underbog. I really appreciate you guys watching the video, watching my casual walkthrough. Appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.